I'm John Sadler, President of Sadler Sports Insurance, and I appreciate the opportunity to address your Dixie State meeting today by way of this short video. First, I'd like to give you a brief tour of our website where you can get complete information and services. Go to www.sadlersports.com and click on the links to Dixie Youth, Dixie Boys, or Dixie Softball. I'm going to click on the Dixie Youth link for the demo, but the web pages for all three programs are very similar in terms of navigation, content, and services. Here's the Dixie Youth web page. Notice that the limits and rates for the accident, the general liability, the directors and officers liability, crime, and equipment are listed on this page. Every league certainly needs to insure all regular season teams for both accident and general liability. Most should strongly consider directors and officers liability, crime, and equipment. Knowing what I know and seeing all of what can go wrong over the past 28 years, I certainly would not put my assets on the line to be a coach or a board member without all of these policies. If you want a complete coverage description for the coverage of each policy, you can click here and read the details. If you want to apply for coverage online, you should click on this link where you can get a quote, apply, make payment, and print off your proof of coverage documents in several minutes. 92% of our clients apply online because they want instant service on a 24/7 basis. The other 8% click on print application and complete the PDF form, and they mail, scan an email, or fax the application and check to us. Coverage is effective immediately upon receipt at our office. However, it takes us up to 10 business days to issue your proof of coverage documents and to email them back to you. Whether you apply online or by paper application, you'll want to permanently save the coverage confirmation email that we send back to you, as it has important links that you'll need to print copies of your coverage documents, add delete forms, and claim forms. It also includes a link where you can self-issue new certificates of insurance for new field owners at any time. In addition, it includes the password to access our special risk management section. And here's a link to our risk management services. Here's our risk management page. The left-hand side is available to anyone and has a number of important articles, forms, and programs on injury prevention and lawsuit protection. The right-hand side is password protected and available exclusively to our current clients, and has our best and latest training videos on general safety at the ballpark and sex abuse molestation, as well as Word doc templates on risk management programs that you can adopt, where we've already done 95% of the work for you, and all you have to do is to fill in a few blanks. Once again, you get your password in your coverage verification email, or you can call our office. And now for a brief overview of the 2015 insurance changes. The accident rates will be the same as the prior season. The general liability rates will increase by 2.5%. There will be no change in the rates for directors and officers liability, crime, or equipment, and all coverages will remain the same. The endorsed insurance program is not only extremely price competitive, but it also has many custom coverage enhancements that you're not likely to get from other sources. Under the accident policy, we have a $250,000 medical limit and a $0 deductible. We have solid coverage that will virtually guarantee that parents will not have out-of-pocket medical bills in most cases, whether they're totally uninsured under their own health insurance or if they carry a high Obamacare deductible under their own health policy. Under the general liability policy, we have a $2 million each occurrence limit, which is now required by many facility owners, along with the same limit for sex abuse and molestation and non-owned and hired auto liability. Non-owned and hired auto liability is critical to protect your league against lawsuits arising from the use of personal vehicles and rental cars. Also, our policy does not include many of the dangerous exclusions that are commonly found on sports policies, such as athletic participants, volunteer versus volunteer, bleacher collapse, assault and battery, and contractual liability limitation. On the directors and officers policy, We recently added coverage enhancements for data breach if a hacker breaks into your system and steals confidential information. If you get sued as a result of a libelous statement posted on your website or social media, or if a coach is sued for improper coaching instruction which allegedly results in loss of a college scholarship or a pro career. Also, our accident and general liability policies now automatically cover fall ball at no additional charge. For officially sanctioned tournaments, whether sub-district, district, state, or World Series, the official rules require both tournament teams and tournament hosts to provide evidence that they meet minimum insurance requirements. The requirements are outlined on this page. The important thing is that if you buy your regular season insurance from the endorsed Sadler Insurance Program on all of your regular season teams, your insurance automatically meets and actually exceeds the requirements at no additional charge, and you will have smooth sailing with the credentials committees. Otherwise, you might find yourself scrambling at the last minute and have to pay for more insurance. There are now 3 requirements that you must comply with to get the $2 million sex abuse and molestation coverage. Number 1, have a system in place to run background checks on all paid and volunteer staff. Number 2, implement written policies and procedures to make an incident less likely to occur, such as the use of a buddy system where a single child is never alone with a single unrelated adult, and a prohibition of overnight sleepovers. And 3, have a written allegation response plan with the requirement that all allegations must be reported to law enforcement. In the past, only number 1 was required, but starting in 2013, numbers 2 and 3 are also required. Otherwise, your coverage for sex abuse and molestation will be voided in the event of an incident. Quite frankly, number 2 and 3 do a lot more to protect your kids than number 1, even though number 1 is required to show that you've done your minimum due diligence. The risk management section of our website includes some excellent sources of criminal background check vendors ranging from the least expensive to the most expensive, depending on the level of services provided. If you're worried about how you're going to comply with number 2 and 3, don't be. We provide a one-page document that takes care of these requirements. This one-page document is included in our application, or you can print it from the risk management section of our website. Here's a one-page document. It's called Sex Abuse Molestation Risk Management Program, short form. All you have to do is to formally adopt this program and implement it. You distribute it annually to all of your administrators and staff, and it satisfies your notification and education requirements. The threat of liability from concussions is the latest concern in the eyes of the general liability insurance carriers. They're extremely worried about all the negative media publicity and the possibility of class action lawsuits. Many insurance carriers are now limiting coverage for concussions. Ours is not at this time. Many states have passed legislation that requires youth sports organizations to implement concussion training programs, including mandatory education for coaches, players, and parents, mandatory removal of players with suspected concussions, a mandatory requirement for medical treatment by a physician, and mandatory return-to-play protocols. The risk management section of our website has a section devoted to concussions. We've developed a simple one-page risk management program that provides free online video training for coaches and an information fact sheet handout for staff, parents, and players. This simple program will meet the requirements of most state laws. We also included a link that summarizes the status of the concussion laws in each state. Notice from the chart that youth football and soccer have the highest level of concussions. However, youth baseball and softball are not that far behind. If you have any questions, please call us or visit our website. Thanks for your time today, and we very much appreciate your business and support.